Hi folks. So I did a video about 2 weeks ago, about 30 minutes long, and I did them in two parts, each part being 15 minutes in length. So I've decided to not upload the first part and just sort of do a brief summary here of what I was talking about, and then go into part two. The idea here was just that I was speaking that before, not so long ago, human beings, we lived in either small towns or in tribes, depending where in the world you were. Relatively small. And depending how far back you want to go, but for a long period of history, the individual was seen as very significant and had a very important role within the tribe, okay, or within the small town. Each person was heavily dependent upon by everybody else, and you were dependent on everybody else for your own survival. So you were seen as significant, and you counted, and you were acknowledged. And when I think you were in pain and discomfort, it affected everybody else. I would imagine we were more empathic, and we were more present, and we were more concerned for each other's well-being. We had to be, because we had this initial investment. I mean, we had this investment emotionally, physically, mentally on the other person, right? For their well-being, for the greater good of the survival of the town, or I wouldn't even say the town, the tribe. I'm sure there's other words for it. Whatever it is. And so you felt that belonging, okay? And now, in a sense of value, in a sense of significance to others, it's almost a family in a way. And nowadays, civilization has taken that away from the individual, all right? And so we feel disempowered, all right? And also we've been sold the narrative that really to be somebody of power in the world or significance, you need a lot of money, or you need to be in the limelight, you need to be on the center stage for you to get people's acknowledgement. That's one of the stories we sold. The other story, obviously, that we sold is that you need to be somebody who other people recognize and respect, and by that means you have to dress a certain way, you have to drive a certain car, you have to use a certain cell phone, you have to speak in a certain jargon, or whatever it is, in order to get that recognition, all right, to get that approval. And also for that is for a sense of power, okay? I think we're also taught to disrespect one another, to manipulate one another, to take advantage of one another, in order for ourselves to feel powerful, right? Because I think there is this innate need for the human being to feel that they have some kind of control, some kind of influence, and some kind of power, all right? And what happens is that, again, the story that we've been told is that that power is not within, essentially, of who you are at your core being and your potential that lies within and your resources that lie within. It lies within the public eye and in material gain. Okay, and again, the manipulation of others, etc., etc., bringing chaos into the world. That's another one. If you're a bringer of chaos into the world and disorder, then you've seen somebody that is very powerful. So in a way, what we're looking for, what a lot of the world is looking for, people of the world, is not just acknowledgement, but to feel a sense of power and influence in the world. All right, and then I speak about my brother who I grew, most of my life, I'll get into, who severely bullied me. And he did so because he needed to feel powerful to a certain degree. I'll speak about bullying and whatever, I get into that. But the other part that I also somewhat get into is that how important it is to notice this within ourselves, of feeling the urge to mock others, to laugh at others, to belittle others, to disrespect others, so we can feel good about ourselves. Okay? There's a word in German, I think it's called Schadenfreude, and that means to take pleasure in the downfall of others. And that's what we see, which is at large in the world today. And so what I'm saying is that we're looking for ways to empower ourselves, because we don't have that power within. We don't even have that self-recognition. We're not in touch with our own true power that lies within. We're not in touch with our own ability, our own potential, our own inner resources. Okay, we're not in touch with our anger, right? Which is actually, it can be a very useful tool when it's well integrated, right? Or resource. We're not in contact with our rage. We're not in contact with our ability to harm. We're suppressing a lot of our so-called darker emotions that society labels as dark, and without that we can't be well integrated. So what I'm saying is that instead of having the need to go and be destructive and an agent of chaos in the world in order to get your fix, it's so much better to go within, or worthwhile and necessary and important and relevant and life-saving, soul-saving, to go within and finding your strength, your real power, your real order, your real creativity, your real imagination, right? And the things that lie within. And in order to incorporate that into the psyche, the personality, or something or other to help you, right? To help oneself and to assist oneself to not only strive, but to thrive at the same time. Anyways, I'm saying a lot now, and I'm saying a lot further in this video, so let me stop here and continue with the video.
That they're so drunk on it that they laugh when you come by, and that they actually feel, success about what they're doing. People of the world today that are destroying the planet are drunk on power. They don't even see that they're destroying the planet. They say, let's destroy it even more. People that abuse animals, right, or farm animals in a very, cruel manner, whatever, they're drunk on power. They don't care. This is the devilish type of spirit that takes the demonic forces that takes over from within the person, right? Where they become so destructive. They love chaos. They feed off chaos. That's what I'm saying. Like in the movie Batman, where Alfred, I think he is, he's saying to Batman, like, you won't catch the Joker because you can't understand him. Alfred says to the Joker, says to Batman, he says, some men just want to see the world burn. That's it. They just want to see the world burn. They love the chaos. They feel alive in the chaos. They don't feel alive by life's essential meaning and vitality and exploration and self-discovery and nature and love and beauty and they don't. Poetry, music, they don't feel that. They only get their kicks out of chaos, right? It's sort of like people that are deep into S&M, like painful, terrible. I've spoken about this before, brutal kind of stuff, and they love it. The Quentin Tarantino movies, the movie Inglourious Bastard, I never watched it, but I believe that you just see guys just hitting each other over their heads with baseball bats. Like, what's with that? Quentin Tarantino movies where they show guys taking blow torches to other guys' testicles. Whatever it is, like these torturing movies. What is that? What is that's so sick within us that gets turned on? What is it that gets turned on by us when people like to watch the pornography that is so graphic, or when they see children underage in these movies, these pornography movies or whatever it is, like the sickness that is there, right, is also a sense of drunk on chaos. Because in a way, when you are so chaotic, it's like a drunken person, you feel that you're powerful because you're wreaking so much havoc and mania, right, that you feel that you're drunk with power, right? That's what you're doing. And so my brother likes to cause chaos. He feeds off it, okay? And he feeds off me when I go into chaos and anger towards him, right? And let me tell you, this is another point, that I do feel empowered when I'm in embracing my own anger. It does wonders for me. I feel I feel so much stronger when I mean, my anger needs to be directed, and I'm saying I don't get physical. Sometimes I really want to. Sometimes I have wishes and dreams to get physical with this guy, you know, and really give him such a harding. But I know he's the kind of guy being like, I don't understand why you gave me a harding. I'm just looking out for your best interest, you know, type of thing. He's like, you're the wrong and I'm the victim. Because he's always the victim. And when someone's a victim, whatever you do to them, no matter what they do to you, whatever you react back to them, you're in the wrong. You are in the wrong. So, what am I saying here? So for myself, my anger, when it comes up, right, and I start acting from it, but more in a controlled manner, I feel alive. I feel that power coming back. I feel enriched. I feel strengthened. I feel Herculean or something, you know, big, not grandiose, right? Not like you bow down to me or I'm, you know, nothing of like royalty or something like that, but just a sense of here I am, I exist, I feel, I breathe, I fight, I claw, I'm a lover, I'm a hater, I'm a peacemaker, you know, I'm all of these things well integrated, well fused together, right? And here I stand, you know, and with pride and integrity, okay, and controlled and balanced, and I feel alive. And that's in a healthy way, you know. An unhealthy way could obviously be where I'm trying to hurt others, or I take it out on others, or I get into my car and I start speeding to let off my anger, you know, or something or that, and I'm causing trouble on the road, havoc on the road, but I don't care, because it's just, I'm the victim and I'm going to create chaos. That's what the victim does. That's what the disempowered person does, right? In a way, that's the person who's not well integrated. That's what they do. Okay, they'll go and they torture animals, they go and they torture human beings, they go and have to watch graphic movies or videos to see other people suffering, to feel, you know, alive, to feel, I don't know what it is, but I'm saying to really get in touch with one's anger is a sense of great power. Great power, there's no question about it, but in a very controlled manner, I would say. So I know I'm saying a lot of here. I just wanted to get these things off my chest, because it really, you know, when my brother starts with his shit, triggers me in ways that I cannot believe. But again, what also gives me the opportunity is that all the other stuff that I'm suppressing, I can allow it and I can feel it even now. Certain people in my life that I'm having other frustrations with, people are also else trying to manipulate me, a world that is, you know, trying its hardest to undermine me, people, salespeople, marketing, you know, just whatever it is, governments, politicians, you know, news reporters, media, you know, whatever it is, because I'm constantly, and so are you folks, constantly, you know, have the boot on your neck. You know, the metaphoric boot of culture and society and consumerism and capitalism and egoism and narcissism, and this brute, you got it on your neck all the time. If you don't think you don't have it, then you're not paying attention. We are controlled, and you have no idea. We have no idea. People are going to put up cell phone towers wherever they want to put it up, right outside your house. What you going to do about it, buddy boy? What you going to do about it? They want to pollute your oceans, pollute your rivers, cut down your rainforest. What are you going to do about it? Sweet bugger all. I mean, you can try your best, but what you going to do about it? So we under the pressure, we under the vice, we in the octopus's grip daily, and it squeezes and squeezes and squeezes us. And this is the thing, folks, and I'll end off on this, is that if you're not going in and connecting with your repression, connecting with your suppression, connecting with your oppression, connecting with your disempowerment, if you're not going into your resources, into what lies within, and bringing that out, bringing out your anger, bringing out your frustrations, bringing out your temper, bringing out your broken heart, bringing out your whatever, your frustration, your hopelessness. If you're not bringing it all out, you're not incorporating it all into your being, then you've been taken out. There's no question about it. What I'm saying is that you've got to go within in order to build the self, to build the spirit, to build the body, to build the mind, to build everything in order to be able to combat this world in a soldier-like manner, in a war-like manner, right? In a warrior-type manner. That's what this world is about. A lot of the time, for the mystic, for the conscious individual, is to become the warrior, right? Is to suit up in your armor. What is your armor? What do you fighting this battle with? What are you fighting this war with? Because if you're not fighting in a way by becoming your own true being, right, then you're a victim. Right? Then you're a victim and you're disconnected and you're not an individual and you're disassociated. You're not connected with anything that lies within. You don't know your worth. You're running out around wherever you can to try and get, as much approval and power out there than you can. And you're wasting your time. Right? You're wasting your time. And so, again, somebody has to have self-control in the first place, because your anger is going to be all over the show. Your rage, it's another word, it's going to be all over the show, right? Your loathingness, your emotions are all going to be everywhere. It's chaos. And that's what I say, most of us love that chaos. It makes us feel alive, baby. Makes us feel alive. It does. The drama of life. Right, the news, the gossip, the thrillers on television, the porn, whatever it is, makes us feel, and that's not what we want to make us feel alive. That's not what we want to be motivating us. We want true heart, true being, true strength, true inspiration, true beauty, true meaning, and that which lies within, true connection, true godliness. That's what we want to inspire us, and motivate us and protect us and hold us in good hands while we walk through the valley of darkness in this world. There's no question about it, that the light is at within you. And if you're not reaching into that light, then the darkness is consuming you. It's real, folks. It's not play school level stuff, this. It's not nursery rhymes, It's not xylophones, when you had a kid and you boop, 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 then you knocked on those little small xylophone toys or something like that. It's nothing like that. It's real. It's cutthroat, bone-crushing real, And if you're not getting with it, then you're not standing in good stead. You're not in a good way. And I'm saying we think it's play. We really think, it's okay. Yes, it's the way it's supposed to be. This is the story, from how we, as human beings, from a spiritual level, we come here to grow, we come here to love one another, we come here to understand we're all one with everything, we understand that it's nice to be a good person and do unto others what you don't do, want done to yourself, or something or other. You want to bring a lot of love and light into the world, you want to have a good healthy diet, this kind of stuff. You want to do your mantras, you want to namaste everybody, you want to, jingle jangle all the jewelry, whatever it is, and knock your, what are those things, the triangle, ding ding ding, when you're walking on the streets or something like that, wearing all white, that's what you want to do, kumbaya. And it's what you're doing is that you're in that sort of very angelic type of attitude. You're swimming with the sharks, and you've got a gouging wound. And that's all that's going on. If you don't take it seriously, if you don't realize how real it is, right, and how much you need to endure, how much strength it takes, how much conviction, how much passion, how much love, right, it takes, how much surrendering, how much faith, right, it takes, and you playing it small, you're not going to come out well on the other side, or whatever that means, or you're just not doing, you're dreaming still. So it calls for greatness, folks. It calls for absolute greatness, and that greatness lies within yourself, and that's often the last places that we'll ever want to look for greatness, because we think the greatness lies out there, the greatness lies everywhere else to a certain degree, but not in here. Jesus will be your savior, don't worry. He's going to come and save you. Just give yourself over to Jesus. He's the great one, and everything's fine, right? Put your faith in whatever of the religions of the gods or something like that, and you'll all be cozy and warm and taken care of. The greatness is all out there, in a sense, but nothing inside. Anyways, folks, so you've got to go inside to find the greatness within. Thank you for taking the time, for allowing me to get that off my chest, off my heart, and to spend some time with you on this terrific journey that we are on, which is takes the wind out of you very often, but you carry on. That's it, you carry on. Alright, take care, folks.